Hello, NDS XJA Terminal champions. Looking at our XJA Trucks quarterly report on net take home, that's revenue after all chargebacks and deductions. The average take home right now for each XJ truck in Q2 2025 is above $1,900. This is approximately $100 less than the fleet average for Q2 of last year, 2024, and approximately $350 less than the previous quarter of this year, Q1 2025. This is well below our take-home target of $2,500 to $3,500. We want every truck owner taking home at least $2,500 every week after fuel and chargebacks. That's including your insurance, your permits, your plates. Our top 5 earners made an average of $3,010.81 per week this quarter, take home net. That's after everything. This tells me we have some trouble areas that need to be investigated and targeted with a solution. And it will likely require a number of solutions depending on the individual circumstances we discover and which trouble areas actually emerge as most prominent. We have a discrepancy of a little bit over 30 or $1,000 between the top 5 earners and the fleet net average of $1,900. There will usually be a handful of problems that show up during an inspection of revenue troubles, and maybe 2 or 3 of those problems that we actually have control over and that are affecting the team the most. The ratio of loads to trucks, that's a truly constant challenge. We have to evaluate the market, keep a close eye on the number of trucks and dispatchers we keep, and make the best predictions on how to best adjust what we have control over, especially the number of truck owners and drivers that we lease on. This is a balancing act that feels like dancing or fighting sometimes. The current status of our trucks to loads or loads to trucks between last month, this month, and looking into the next month seems to be at an acceptable condition. Our most reliable drivers seem to be revenue steady, though they are earning below their normal averages. On the other hand, our drivers let's call these drivers reliable challenged, or RC for short, our RC drivers or drivers that have become known by dispatchers as not very reliable, they're earning much less than their counterparts. It looks like our most reliable drivers are getting their fair share of the loads available this quarter. Even though these value-driven drivers are earning less than what they can when the market is stable, they're still doing okay. Our RC drivers, on the other hand, are honestly really struggling right now. They're really struggling to earn. They're struggling to make on-time truck payments. Keeping up with their regular M&R and unexpected truck repairs is a really hard challenge for them right now, almost impossible. And they're robbing Peter to pay Paul in their personal lives. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. There are always good and bad outliers in life. So let's briefly look at this and see what's going on in the Houston trucking market as well. Because they're the same coin, but 2 sides. You have reliable drivers that are not earning what they should, and you have some fairly unreliable drivers that are earning probably more than what they should. So what's going on here? We've all seen or experienced this, especially if you've been trucking more than 6 or 7 years in Houston, where maybe you're a new driver with good experience, good history of giving good service, but you are the new guy or girl. So when load levels get low, you're one of the first to get cut out or skipped over on dispatches. Even though you bring great value to the team in terms of being on time to appointments, getting started early, staying on duty until the last available load is done or until your DOT hours are depleted, accepting every dispatch thrown at you, having good PSP, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The freight gets low and you're still seen as the new guy or girl. Then you have on the other side of this outlier coin, the veteran that's been with the company for 10, 20 years, and that's about the crust of the value he or she brings. That's it. They stuck around through thick and thin times. And that is valuable for sure. Loyalty is more than just sticking around, in my opinion. However, to be fair, there are some guys and women that have been trucking longer than I've been alive. So they would probably disagree with my idea on loyalty in this regard. I've heard a few opinions in this case. I just think loyalty is more than just simply hanging around and doing the minimum. I value a person that sticks by my side through thick and thin. 100% value that person. I value that quality. I just somehow seem to value the person that sticks around well more than just simply sticking around, like the person that sticks to the game plan and sticks by my side almost no matter what. That's loyalty in my humble opinion. That's what matters to me. Let's get a game plan. Let's stick with it. Let's change the game plan. Let's make adjustments and let's stick together. Let's absolutely stick together on this journey, but let's be headed towards the same destination though. That's loyalty that I personally value. I can go on and on about that. Let me hear from you. Let's discuss the outlier situation we've witnessed or experienced. Let's discuss RC drivers we know or the balancing act of loads to trucks, whatever you good people want to discuss more in detail next concerning trucking at NDS XJA Terminal or trucking in Houston or trucking in general and abroad. Comment below. Let me know. If you want to get on air with me to discuss, or you know someone that can help us have a productive conversation on these or other trucking topics, let me know, and I'll send over the invitation. Check out the 10-4 Houston newsletter for more trucking topics. God's love, peace, and power to you, your family, and your business. 10-4 over and out.